Welcome to the CineFiles podcast. I am your host, the Ghost Who Smokes, Lo-Fi Wi-Fi, joining with my cousin, Detective Ace, or people like to call him Weirdo. I hope you enjoy. Hello, everybody. It is me, your boy, man, myth, ghosty, Lo-Fi Wi-Fi. And here I am with someone that I consider very stupid, lovable, my cousin, Detective Weirdo. Please say hi.
Hello, everybody.
That's it?
I'm a little drunk. Don't mind me.
That's fine. We all do that sometimes. But, people that are probably watching or listening to this right now are probably wondering, Lo-Fi, what is this here? Well, I decided to do something a little bit experimental with my channel, and decided to, why not do a little bit of a podcast? In a podcast that I like to call CineFiles, which was the title idea made by my cousin. And, well, what we plan on doing here is, first off, I just want to see if this will work well and everything. See, I used to do a little bit of movie critique back in my day, before I started this whole channel and everything, and I kind of stopped doing it because it just really wasn't for me. And then I decided, man, I kind of miss it, you know? And so I decided, maybe we should do a little podcast about it because my cousin's a big film buff. And, every time he talks about movies and everything, I always kind of, miss my movie critic self. And, well, I was like, well, we could do a little podcast with me and my cousin. And, we could just talk about a movie that we just seen recently, and maybe just other movie topics in general. And that's the plan here, and just see how it goes. Ain't that right, cousin?
Excuse me. Yeah, I am super excited. This is gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah. And so, we just say, we're gonna watch this movie, and then whenever we do the podcast episode, we're gonna talk about that movie. And also, probably after we stop talking about the movie, we just talk about movie topics in general. So, the movie we're going to be talking about today is none other than The Crow, starring Brandon Lee.
A cult classic.
Yes, a cult classic. And I forget who directed it now. Do you remember?
I do not. Good old Google. There we go. I'm gonna Google this bad boy in.
Too bad. I'm already on IMDb. I am looking at it right now.
Alrighty, you got it.
Alex Proyas, who also
Alrighty.
made iRobot and Dark City, and I guess a couple
Oh,
other
really?
movies. Yeah,
I didn't know he made iRobot.
I didn't know either. So yeah, the dude's made movies and everything, and well, The Crow is part of people's favorite movies because of the edgy tone and everything, and all that fun stuff, and also because of it was Brandon Lee's last performance since he died during the set of that movie.
I
And
gotta. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, cousin. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna ask you, since you're more of the movie critic than I am, I mean, I gotta say, what's your thoughts on said movie?
The movie was great. You can clearly tell that Brendan Lee put his heart and soul into this role, and that he really did. Um, he really did do the performance of a lifetime here. This definitely made his career, and sadly, it was a shame that he could never really see it because he
Right.
passed on the set. Um, I will say, the aesthetics of the movie, the cinematography is gorgeous. The gothic aesthetic is memorizing to look at, and it's really breathtaking. I cannot wait to see this on 4K. I can't imagine what it's gonna look like. Um, the set design, Lo-Fi, you gotta admit that the set design is pretty good.
Yes, like with the movie I seen, like it's definitely like it's even though it's like a 90s movie, it's still like very beautiful to look at. Despite like some things that are a little dated here and there. I think it adds, part of the charm of like the story, you know.
Oh, definitely, definitely, and also just the story with the crow is just so tragic. And we talk about the plot since probably new viewers have never heard of the crow. Not everyone knows about the crow. So let's do a rundown. So basically, the plot of the crow is that Eric Draven and his girlfriend. Wait, no, is it girlfriend or fiance?
Fiance.
Okay, fiance. They were tragically murdered in their own home, and basically a crow resurrects Eric to get revenge on the people that wronged him and wronged his girlfriend. And it's a really cool action flick about just good old revenge. And these people, yeah, Lo-Fi, um, tell us about these crooked criminals, our main cast of villains.
So, I before I start, I just want to point out with the story um to me, I when it comes to like, oh, do you prefer comic book or movie? I'm definitely more of like, especially seeing like the analysis of the comic book and the story behind why it was made. I prefer the comic book. Do you agree?
Same.
Yeah,
Yep, I
yes.
agree.
Now, if I never like even read or like touch anything about the comic book or know the story behind it, then I would probably like enjoy this movie a bit more. I don't hate the movie. I just you kind of get ruined by like just from reading the book, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it can definitely take you out of the movie sometimes. But if you've never read the book and if you just watch the movie, I think the movie on its own holds up pretty well.
For sure, for sure.
Especially yeah, especially with the story and how he deals with that. Should we go into spoilers or should we keep it spoiler free
Well, since this movie is 30 years old, I think it's okay to have some spoilers. But
already?
but for anyone that's listening, if you haven't seen this movie or whatever, well, go watch it. Or if you don't mind the spoilers, well, I guess keep listening. Because this movie is 30 years old, alright? I'm just saying. Now, if it was a more of a modern movie, we would kind of tell you, like, alright, don't listen, you know?
Oh yeah, we'll definitely have like we're definitely going to be reviewing more modern movies as well, films, and we're going to definitely do spoiler sections. It's we're definitely we're gonna try something a little new with this.
Yes, yes. So,
But yeah, go ahead.
okay, so you wanted me to discuss the criminal characters, right?
Yeah, yeah, all the criminals, all the villains, the bad guys, the antagonists.
Okay, all right. There's like a handful of them. There's like the first one was like this guy who had like a bunch of knives and everything. I will say that was probably the best villain to start off with everything because like
Hmm.
the dude was intimidating, and he kind of did like one the horrible thing to the girlfriend. If you can, I'm sure you guys listening can get the picture. Um, and it fit perfectly, and I love that scene because the way Brandon Lee, the Crow, the way he just intimidates the villain, which usually it's the other way around, where like the hero's afraid but fighting, and the villain is like being intimidating and cool, and it's just like the way the roles are switched is like it's so interesting to look at, you know.
I think, yeah, I agree with you. I think that scene was done very well, especially like how they showed what's the best words to say it? Basically how he kept going closer and closer to him. I forget what was his name. You
I,
got the IMDb pulled up, right? What was the
uh,
character's name?
I'm looking. Hold on.
Alrighty, alrighty. No rush, no rush.
Tintin. That was the bad guy's
And
name.
Tintin. Please forgive us. We haven't seen this movie in a couple days, so please forgive us.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
they
like
die
how,
quickly too, so
yeah, and how they do that scene. How he is it the scene with the knives, or is that, or am I thinking of a different scene? Like
what?
when he throws the knives at him
Yeah, that
and he
was with
catches the
Tintin.
knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Thank you, thank you for correcting me. Wolfie. Um,
Yes.
uh, I really like that scene. It really shows that how much of a threat Eric Draven is to these guys, what he's willing to do for love, for redemption, for revenge, and it really showed. It's a really great first impression, I would say, to the character.
For sure, for sure.
Um, gosh, that line. Do you remember the his line that he says to him before he stabs him?
Uh, I don't remember, but I knew it was cool.
I think
But one of my favorite quotes of that movie is "It can't rain all the time." Love that.
oh yeah. Like if, shit. For some reason I can't find it because my resources are slim and I'm a little sauced as you can
Victims,
tell.
aren't we all?
Victims, aren't we all? Thank you, Lo-Fi.
You are
Thank you.
welcome. Okay, so
You are
there's
my favorite ghost.
bitch. I'm your cousin.
Alright. You're the only ghost I know.
And then there's Fun Boy, and then there's like the pawn shop guy, and then there's a
Oh, that
couple other.
scene with the pawn shop guy.
Yes, yes. I s- that scene was like, that was beautiful.
Especially like when he's taunting him with all the rings. With all those wedding rings, those wedding bands. And he was throwing all those bands at the guy, Eric Draven, the crow. He
Mm-hmm.
was throwing the wedding bands that were pawned off there at this fat guy with this goatee, and he's the pawn shop owner. He
I
kept
mean, he
throwing
wasn't
the
like fully involved. He was just like I forget. Like he was involved somehow. Like I think he was just selling like
he
the person's shit or whatever. Eric Drake.
like yeah, he was involved because the Shelley's wedding ring was sold there, and he went there to get the wedding ring back.
Ah, okay. I
Hmm.
I know he was involved somehow. I mean, either way. I mean, did kill him. Kill him dead. Take him down.
And oh gosh, that whole scene with just him like stabbing his hand on the counter at the pawn shop, and then just throwing each of those rings. He's like, each one of these are a life, and you could just tell like through his mannerisms that this is going to be something different than we've seen before. Yes,
Mm,
we've seen revenge flicks, but this I don't know what's the word lo-fi. This felt
Original?
not just original, special.
Special, yes. Um, Punisher ain't got shit on nobody. Which I like the Punisher movie. I,
I do.
I know people don't like it, but it's actually not that bad.
Which one? The one with Thomas Jane,
Yeah,
or
the one with
the?
Thomas Jane in it.
Oh, I love that one too. We'll definitely sometime we'll review it on this channel.
And then the Punisher Warzone wasn't too bad either.
I like Thomas Jane one a little bit better.
True,
It's my
true.
opinion.
Yes.
Um, but we're not here to talk about Marvel's Punisher. We're here to talk about The Crow.
You're right. You're
So
right. I'm so sorry.
it's okay. It's okay. My favorite ghost. It's okay. But anywho,
So then there was like Fun Boy who was like bald and then just I don't know. He was involved somehow, but when he gets, he gets taped up in this car and shit, right? And then
yep.
he's like, "You fucking cocksucker" and everything. And then he sees Eric Draven and he's like, "No. No, we killed you, man. What the fuck? Who? No, no, it can't be." The way he is shitting. He is shitting his pants currently. Which, which I
Mad
mean,
respect to that actor, because not a lot of people could pull that off.
true. And
That.
piece of shit or not, I mean, I'd be shitting too if someone I
Oh
killed,
yeah.
just came back to life and, wanted their revenge. I mean, it's just how it is.
And we should also talk about, not just briefly kind of talk about the scenes. We should talk about the character design too of the Crow, and talk all about that as well. Um, I guess
Now,
talk about it now, or
now the thugs, I mean, there's only like a couple that were like, like that had a look to them. The other ones
hmm
were just like they just look like a criminal.
yeah, they look normal. But when you meet the main antagonist, he's the only one that actually feels like a comic book villain in a good way.
Yes.
He has this dark gothic aesthetic to him, and it just fits. It fits so well.
Did you
And
think like he could be fit for like a Dracula movie?
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
great actor. He what was his name, Lo-Fi? Since you got the IMDb
Top
page up.
dollar.
That's his name?
I believe so.
Top Dollar. Well, is that the character's name or the actor's name?
The character's name, not the
Yeah,
actor.
I was about to say.
Why are you judging a character like an actor's awesome name? Bro, there's actors named Vin Diesel.
Oh, Vinny. Hey, Vinny, if you watch this, get me a private exclusive to your new Fast and Furious movie. I rate it a 10 out of 10. Alrighty.
You got like low expectations. If you if you give me your newest Fast and Furious movie, please.
Hey, Vinny, I like your movies, man. They're just dumb fun. If you get me there, I just to be on set. I don't gotta do anything. I just gotta watch you guys do it. That's all I want. Just to see you guys do it. And how do you connect a car to a thingamabobber? I don't know how you do it. To a bridge and then swing it around. It's like, I don't know how you guys do it,
I have no
but I'd love
idea
to see
what
it.
you're talking about, but it doesn't surprise me because it's Fast and Furious.
That happened in one of the newest ones. Like, the car was connected to this bridge,
I've only
and
seen
then
the first one in Tokyo Drift.
you're not missing much.
Wow, damn.
They're great movies though. Like, they're fun popcorn flicks. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be more than that. But we're not here to talk about. I, we keep talking about other movies instead of The Crow.
That's fine. That's fine.
I keep getting sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I have been up all day chasing down criminals, writing down documents, writing down cases. It's all hard work,
That's totally
and
what he's been doing. He has totally have not been in a VC with Slayer and a couple other people doing karaoke. He has not been doing that at
nope,
all. It's
nope.
wrong. Never, never. He would
It's
never
it's
do that.
all evidence. It's all documentation and listening to jazz.
There's witnesses, asshole. Got him. Got him.
Uh,
So, yes, top dollar.
yes,
The
top dollar.
man in Dracula.
What a name for a villain.
It's Dracula.
That that just that name in general, just screams villain.
Yes.
Top dollar. And he's like some type of gangster.
He's like a big crime boss boy.
And he owns parts of the city and he wants to set like this one big like fire. This what did they call it in the movie?
I don't know. I knew he wanted to like do something cool. It's like I'm so bored of doing all this small town shit, alright? I want an explosion, I want fire, man. I'm gonna destroy this place in Halloween tonight. You know?
And oh yeah, and I think because they did like every Halloween they would like I think it was called like the Devil something, and they would set fires around the city.
Yeah.
But he wanted one that's grandiose. He wanted one that was huge. And so when he's making this little speech at a table with all of his gangster friends, immediately Brandon Lee's character comes in after killing the others. Oh, oh, we're forgetting the woman and the little girl. We're forgetting about the little girl they took care
To
of.
be fair, she was kind of forgettable.
She was, and she did have some good scenes though. Um, she was lovable. What was her name? What was her name?
Uh, good question. Sarah.
Sarah.
I think she was only in like one or two movies. She has not
Hmm.
been in anything else.
I think it's because of because I heard on set that she was really close with Brandon Lee, and they were really good friends. And so when he died, it was very tragic for her. So that's one of the main reasons why she hasn't done a lot of movies.
That's fair.
Um, but in the movie, she's great, and so is Ernie Hudson's character, who is a detective in the movie, and he's such a great cop. Well, I shouldn't say a detective; he's a regular cop. Um, and he's a great one too. And he was there when Eric Draven and Shelley died, and basically when Eric's resurrected, when he starts learning that Eric's alive, he starts kind of covering it up because he wants all these criminals dead, which was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he played a great, sly, lovable not detective. Correct myself, cop. Um, what did you think of Ernie Hudson's character?
He did a good job. He I don't. He kind of just played as Ernie Hudson. Kind of like
Mm-hmm.
he's one of those actors that play just them. You know, kind of like with especially what's this one actor?
Tom Cruise.
Huh?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise can actually like if you give him a certain movie, like he can actually like just he can be a different character. But I mean, yeah, Tom Cruise is a good example. Like Tom Cruise playing as Tom Cruise,
The Rock.
or Dwayne the yes exactly Dwayne the Rock Johnson playing as Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
we're gonna have to watch Black Adam on this channel.
Oh my god.
By
Oh.
the way, I liked Black Adam. It's a fun movie. It's a goofy movie.
See, I haven't seen a Rock Johnson movie in like God knows how long.
The last one I watched was Black Adam.
Congrats. Is would you like a trophy for that?
Yes,
How many
because
do
I paid a lot of money to go see that movie, and it was worth every penny.
I think you wasted that money, my friend.
I
But
don't know. It was pretty good.
how many Dwayne the Rock Johnson movies have you seen?
Uh, I don't know. A lot. A lot. Quite a few.
I'm I'm so sorry for you.
It's okay. Some of them are enjoyable, and some are The Scorpion King. So,
Oh god. Oh god, now you just gave me fucking nightmares after that was forgotten trauma until you brought it up. Damn you.
hey, I remember almost everything. Yep.
Piece of shit. So, so Ernie Hudson,
Yes, Ernie Hudson.
he did good. He just plays Ernie Hudson, you know. Sometimes I felt like I was watching Ghostbusters for like a split second.
Yeah, and he's also great in Ghostbusters too. He's great charm in this movie in The Crow because we keep getting sidetracked by other stuff.
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting, with our ADHD energy,
Yes,
but
yes.
basically, yeah, he did a great job. Um, I will say there's been a few times when he was smoking that cigarette, and I was like, man, I want one. He makes it look cool, you know what I mean?
I think Brandon Lee smokes a cigarette cooler. We're not condoning to smoke, all right?
No,
But
no, don't do that.
but it is cool.
Hey, if it looks cool in a movie, that doesn't mean you should do it in real life.
You should
Okay?
do it. Totally. Kill your lungs.
That- Lo-fi, we talked about this before, okay? Smoking's bad unless you have fake cigarettes.
Nah, do it. Be cool. Be cool like the rest of us, man. I kid.
Uh,
I kid.
oh, alrighty. So, yes, Ernie Hudson's great. The girl was great. So the reason why I brought up the girl because after we got sidetracked by Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Hey,
Um,
you know how it goes.
Sarah, right? That was her name?
Yes.
Sarah. Her mom, she in the movie, her mom is is it okay to say this? I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on the street on she's a prostitute.
Wait,
Is it
who?
okay to say her mom?
Oh, I thought you said the little girl was. Like, no, she ain't.
No,
Like, what the
no.
fuck? I don't remember this part
Wait,
of the movie.
wait, did I say that?
No. I somehow thought you were saying that. I don't know why.
Hold on. Maybe if I re-say that for just in case, because I get paranoid. Well, let me re-say that for the recording. Okay. Okay.
He's covering his tracks.
I'm covering my tracks. Alrighty. So the little girl, Sarah, her mom works as a prostitute and basically just ignores her little girl. And basically, because of that, Eric Draven and Shelly had to take care of her. Basically, one night as she was messing around with one of the antagonists that killed Shelly and Eric, um Eric,
Oh,
who's now resurrected now as the Crow, comes in to redeem her mother and try to show her a new light. And this scene, it's a beautiful scene. It's fun. It's a little funny. This movie does have some dark humor moments in it. There's some scenes that do get a chuckle out of you if you like the dark humor.
Yes.
But like um there was who was it, Fumboy? That was the dude that was with the blonde hair.
Uh, no, I don't think it was Fun Boy. I think it was someone else. He was like there just for a short time, so he was kind of forgettable. But just except for the quote. I'll let you say the quote.
Wait, hold on. What's the quote? He says so many things. What did he say?
Like when he gets shot in the leg. That quote.
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Okay, well I remember.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the dude. Okay, so the crow's there, and Eric Draven's like doing intimidation, and the druggie with blonde hair has a gun. He's starts shooting Eric Draven. Blam, blam, blam. And Eric Draven's like, "Oh man, that hurts!" Oh, and he's playing around, but he gets healed instantly, and he's like fucking with him. And the blonde guy's like, "Why don't you die?" And then like the mom woman character like goes to the bathroom to hide, and well, Eric Draven is like, he takes a gun and shoots the blonde guy in the leg. And his last words before, I guess, passing out or whatever, he's like, "You ruined my sheets," and then and I swear I thought he died like instantly.
I remember now.
I was like, did he die from a gunshot wound to the leg? Like instantly? Like
I remember now. He's like, "Oh, my sheets."
yeah. I was so confused. I was like, no way he's dead already. Like he just got shot in the leg.
And and then, which is one of the coolest scenes in the movie. Eric Draven goes to the bathroom where the mom's hiding, the crow, Eric Draven. Goes to the bathroom and he says like morphine's bad for you. And immediately when he does that, he uses like his magic supernatural stuff, and the heroin morphine stuff just starts coming out of her veins. It's a kind of cool scene. It must have been very practical. It looked really cool.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Uh, I wonder how they shot it. Do you think they used stop motion for that?
I think they use CGI. Like really, like I think they use a
You
bit
really
of
think?
CGI.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
Either way, it's dope. Either way.
Oh yeah. It's a very cool effect. And I will say this: the blood and gore in this movie is very practical, and it looks really good. Like that scene with Lo-Fi saying, like, with Eric getting shot in the hand, and you see the hand regrowing. It looks like it's made out of stop motion almost. It looks really cool, or at least shot in reverse. They must have done something like that, and it looks really cool. And there's a lot of scenes like that with him being shot in the chest, and you see like the holes just like there in his chest just start to heal back up. It's a really cool effect.
I think I remember that druggy character's name. I think it was Fun Boy.
Yeah, I thought it was Fun Boy.
Cause something else funny he said. He was like saying like, "Oh, you're fucked up. You need help, bro.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you need to go to a therapist or something like that. He says.
You need help, man." It's like, bro, look at yourself in the mirror, asshole. Saying I need help. Fuck you.
So the effects looked great. They were very beautiful to look at. Lo-fi, what is your thoughts, full thoughts on the effects? Because I already kind of talked about that, about the animations on the effects, the gore effects, and uh, and how it just looked. So what's your thoughts on that?
Um, at some points, which it's a 90s movie, of course it's gonna look dated, but it looked dated, don't get me wrong. But however, it kind of added like an aesthetic to it, where it's like it kind of like fits. You know what I mean?
Definitely,
Like,
definitely.
and that's
Like,
that's definitely
mhm,
hard to really like find in movies like that, especially 90s movies. Like another movie that I can say that like does that very well is like, like a Star Wars movie, like the old Star Wars movies, you know what I mean?
The Matrix,
The main
which you haven't
I
seen,
know I haven't seen
that
The Matrix. I
watching.
know.
We're going to be watching that.
We'll watch The Matrix one day, I promise. I kind of have to before I die. Well, I'm already dead,
Excuse me.
but
Yeah, you already did, and you
yes.
haven't seen The Matrix.
Well, I have plenty of time then, now
I'm
don't
ashamed
I?
you're a ghost. You
Huh?
should.
Would you?
Alrighty, I'm gonna be watching The Matrix with a ghost.
Fuck yeah. How do you feel?
I feel old.
You feel old.
Ugh. But anywho,
So yeah.
the aesthetic, the cinematography. So I think we already kind of talked about how gothic it looked and how beautiful it looked. There is one shot I do want to talk about, and it was during the scene when you talked about it when the dude was strapped in the car with the duct tape, and he was like, "We killed you, we killed you." You know that scene.
Mm-hmm.
So in that scene, like how he killed him off was that he put the car in drive, had the car have gasoline on it. He also poured gasoline to form a shape, and the car drove off into the river. And as it drives off into the river, it explodes. Really cool practical effect. And as it explodes, it catches the gasoline line on fire, creating a crow
Mm-hmm.
out of like a symbol of a crow out of the fire. And you know, one thing I thought about while watching that scene,
What?
there's a scene in one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh, I wouldn't say one of my favorite movies of all time, one of my favorite trilogies of all time. The Dark Knight Rises. And there's a scene when Batman comes back from the pit, and he strikes a flare down with Commissioner Gordon on ice. He strikes down the flare, Commissioner Gordon does, and he puts the flare on the ice, and there's a gasoline trail, and it catches fire, and it creates a gigantic bat symbol out of the fire.
Yo, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so the first thing I thought about was Christopher Nolan. He might have taken some inspiration from The Crow.
I'm sure. I mean, that's how
And
remember that movie Perfect Blue that I showed you?
yeah, it was a great movie.
Yes.
Very depressing but good.
But here, let me I'm going to trigger you. Excuse me, who are you? Am I giving you PTSD right now?
A little.
Okay, good. Anywho, so it kind of reminds me of like, where because that's that bathtub scene in Perfect Blue.
Hmm.
Um, it's uh the I forget the director's name, but I don't think you've seen this movie, but the movie Requiem for a Dream.
Yes, you've talked about it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. There's a bathtub scene that Jennifer Connelly is, the one that's in the bathtub screaming and whatnot. It that director took inspiration from that movie, which I thought was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, like uh,
It's always
a
weird
lot
to
of
see like sorry to
yeah. Go
interrupt
ahead.
you.
You're good. You're good.
it's just weird to see like Oscar winning like directors and everything taking inspiration from like an anime movie and stuff sometimes. I don't know, it just kind of
I
weirds me
mean,
out because I always see like anime as like for nerds and geeks, but like
oh yeah.
it's a piece of art.
I mean, directors definitely like a lot of directors love anime because it's a form of, it's a form of art. It's still a movie, it's still a show. It's still great entertainment. And so like especially Jordan Peele, he loves anime. He in his movie Nope, he put the Akira slide in it. I think that's how you say it, Akira.
Ah, so a lot of people really. I need to see Akira, and I also need to see Nope.
Nope is really good. I've seen it. We should definitely watch it on this channel.
The only clip I've
Review.
seen of Nope is with the monkey scene. Where
Mm-hmm.
that's all. That's all I know about Nope. I know. There's like something with like aliens or something. I believe.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm not gonna spoil it. We'll definitely watch it.
Yes, yes, yes.
But anywho, The Crow.
The Crow. Yes.
we keep talking about other movies during the Crow review. But the Batman thing, that made sense. It made sense to talk about Batman. Um, what else there to talk about The Crow? I guess.
The music.
Yes.
Great soundtrack. Great soundtrack.
How would you describe the soundtrack, Lo-Fi?
It's definitely memorable. There's a lot of there's a lot of good songs in there that I've been listening to, and there's this one song that I don't think a lot of people really paid attention to. It's a Violent Femme song called "Color Me Once." It was in the bar scene where I think one of the characters like was playing on the jukebox. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you about it too. I was like, that's Violent Femmes. And I don't think you know who Violent Femmes is. I don't think a lot of people know who Violent Femmes is, except for
I
just
did not. I did not. Uh, I should definitely check out some of their music.
I'll definitely send you some. You'll probably know the one song that's was it? Let me go wild like a blister in the sun. It's that song. That's like the most famous one.
I've never heard of that song.
You'll know if I send it to you. It's like their most popular one.
Alrighty.
But anywho, so yes. So yeah,
Uh,
soundtrack is good.
so do you think that crow is a puppet or a real crow that they trained?
I think they did both.
Yeah, I think you're right. If we should definitely look this up sometime to see if they actually did fully like have
I'm sure they
train
didn't
a
shoot a
crow.
crow.
And yeah, they didn't shoot a crow with a gun. Like that was definitely probably a puppet or an animatronic.
Can you imagine if they did though?
PETA. PETA would not be happy with that one.
Oh God, no.
But anywho, I guess we should create a rating system. Like, how should we rate films?
I say we just do scale 1 to 10.
We just scale 1 to 10. So one absolute. Well, okay. Does zero count on the scale?
We can if we want.
All right, depends on the movie or show.
Yes.
Um. Okay. One absolute worst, 10 absolutely greatest. Lo-Fi, since this is your channel and I am a guest, I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay, so I will give The Crow a 7. Just a solid 7. A solid movie. It does everything right that you want it to. I mean, it's a decent performances, good shots, just nice story. It's a decent comic book film. I think it's a solid movie. In Brit
I'm gonna go.
in
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No,
Didn't
you're
mean to
good.
interrupt.
And Brandon Lee, he for this being like his last performance, like he does a really really good job. You can tell he enjoys like what he's doing.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna go slightly higher than you. I'm gonna give this a good old fashioned 8 out of 10. This movie was a good movie. It was a genuinely good movie. The movie, in my opinion, I don't think it feels dated. I think that it's a product of its time, and I think it was not a product of its time. Let me correct myself. I think it was ahead of its time. Um, I do think that this movie. I understand why a lot of people are not happy about the new reboot coming out, and and why people like this movie a lot more than that one that's going to be coming out. And it's not even out yet. Um, which I don't blame those people. I don't blame them at all.
Yeah.
The new one we're definitely going to be watching,
Oh yes,
and we're
yes. Do you want to talk about the one that's coming out?
yes, we're gonna have to. Since we're talking about this one, we gotta talk about the new one.
Okay,
And
so oh, go ahead, go ahead. We'll talk about it in a second.
all right, we're also since we're talking about this one, should we even talk about the direct to DVD films that they did?
I never seen them, but from what we seen, like the low clips and everything after we watched The Crow, I gotta say it it looks terrible.
They
But
they do.
however, cause the Crow comic books, they're like different stories, but with like the same Crow. It's like people's different stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, from what I seen, I don't think it is this just Eric Draven. They like do like different stories and everything, but it's the same Crow. I believe so, right?
With the straight to DVD movies?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think some of them are different people that are not Eric,
yeah, yeah. And I will say,
but they look like Eric.
well, I mean, they gotta do something there. I don't know,
Yeah,
but I dig it. But
yeah,
huh?
yeah. I just said yeah.
I thought you said ew. I'm like, damn.
No, 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 no. I'll give those movies a fair chance. I've never seen them before either, but we gotta create content for this channel, Lo-Fi. It's time for you to breach out of your comfort zone and do something a little daring.
Oh
It's
man,
time for you
so
not to.
daring. Yes, let's watch
It's
the direct to DVD Crow movies. Let's do that, sure.
exactly. It's time for you to stop doing your little videos on the VTubers and start actually watching straight to DVD films that were poorly rated. I think it's time to break out of your comfort zone.
Oh my god. I think you're just trying to torture me.
No, I'm not torturing you.
You are. And that's okay.
No,
That's okay to
no.
torture your cousin. That's what family does.
No, you walked up to my doorstep and you came in and you're like, "Hey, you you little man,
Do
you
you,
detective." And I said, "I've never seen you before in my life." And you walk over to me and you're like, "Hey, I'm a ghost. I don't know who I am. Can you help me?" I'm like, "You know what? Sure. But before I help you figure out who you are, we're gonna we're gonna watch The Crow." And you're like, "Okay, sure."
Hey man, sometimes
That's
I
what
meet people in different ways, okay?
So, Lo-Fi, I'm sorry that I couldn't find who you actually are, but at least we watched The Crow.
Look, all in due time, people, okay?
We're probably it's gonna take a long time since I've got a lot of whiskey and coffee to drink.
That's okay. Anywho,
Yeah, but yeah, but I wanted to say that we're definitely gonna be watching those straight to DVD movies, and not only that, we're going to be definitely watching the reboot. And let's talk about the trailer that we saw. Lo-Fi, what do you think of the trailer for the new Crow?
Okay, first off, the actor is gonna be playing as Eric Draven, because it's gonna be Eric Draven.
Yes,
That's confirmed. Um, what's the actor's name? Bill Skarsgård.
Scar Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. Okay. Um, first off, love the actor. He's great in it. I mean, playing as Pennywise and everything, he does a phenomenal job. He's a good actor all around. So I feel like he will do well in this movie. However, the rest of the movie, I can say that I don't think it will be a bad movie. I don't think it's gonna be great, but I don't think it's gonna be terrible. I think what's gonna happen is people are gonna be pissed when this movie. Well, people are already pissed. People are gonna be pissed about this movie, and it's gonna be review bombed like horribly.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Critics are I can imagine the rating score. Like the critics could rip into it, but the audiences could love it. It depends. But before I talk about anything else, what do you think of his design?
Um, I don't know why it's okay, but it's not. I don't know why they couldn't keep it like the way it was with the original, because he's got white face like in the black smile.
Yeah, they excuse me. They try to appeal to the TikTok generation. And which, don't get me wrong, there's probably going to be people that are like that. They're going to go to they probably think that this movie looks incredible, and that's great. It's for them. And it's the thing is that like I just wish that they could have, instead of using Eric Draven, they could have just chosen someone else or create a whole new character,
That's what they should
because
have
his
done.
yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, my ghost friend. And and the thing is that what I my opinion on it is like his design first and foremost. I don't mean to sound crude. If you like the design, that's okay. That you can have your own opinion. This is my opinion, and my opinion is that I don't like the design. I think the tattoos are a little too much. Especially, I don't think you've noticed it, Lo-Fi, but on his nipple, there's like an eye tattoo on his nipple.
Is there
And
really?
yeah, yes,
Oh
and
god.
and there's like all these, and there's like a teardrop by his eye, and he's got that mullet haircut, and the thing is, like Bill Skarsgård, he has the face of it. He has the face of Eric Draven. He looks like Eric Draven, except if you made him actually look like Eric Draven, it would have been fine. But you didn't. You chose a completely different design for him to appeal to a certain demographic,
Do you think
and
people are going to compare this to like Jared Leto's Joker?
people already are.
Oh well, perfect.
Yeah, people are already saying that this is just like Jared Leto Joker, like all over again,
Yeah.
and like that's what the first thing I thought of when I saw the pictures. Like, is David Ayer directing this movie?
You know what's
That
gonna
was
happen? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Watch this. All right.
what.
So The Crow comes out. Terrible.
Mhm.
Review bomb. Ew. There's going to be controversy. There's going to be riots. Cities will be destroyed over Bill Skarsgård's The Crow performance, alright? They're going to be like, this is
Mhm.
like Jared Leto's Joker, fuck that, and everything. Basically what happened with Jared Leto's Joker, everyone rioted and everything, blah, blah, blah. So, what's going to happen is there's going to be another Crow movie, and it's going to be played by a different actor. All right, someone, and everyone's gonna be praising that, kind of like what they did with the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. Now everyone's like, "Oh my God, Joaquin Phoenix Joker, that's great and amazing," and so the world will be saved again.
I
And
don't know. It
and
depends on. Yeah,
shh,
go ahead.
shh, I'm not finished. I'm not finished. I'm not
Oh,
finished.
all
And I
right. I'm
know,
sorry for interrupting.
you know who the actor is gonna be. It's gonna be, it's gonna be Keanu fucking Reeves.
Really?
Yes, fuck you. All right, Keanu Reeves, and he will. That's when he will get his fucking Oscar. Because I don't think he's ever gotten an Oscar, has he?
Not to my knowledge. Of course, I could be wrong.
Okay, this will be his magnum opus. This is when he gets an Oscar. All right. So this is going to be basically like the Joker situation all over again. So Keanu
I,
Reeves, I know you want an Oscar so badly. Well, actually, I don't. He's just living life. But either way, this is your magnum opus to get an Oscar. So just be a little bit patient, buddy. We love you, Keanu Reeves. You're amazing. I want to kiss you.
he's breathtaking.
He is breathtaking. Any That's my
But
conspiracy theory, and let me tell you, in
mm,
a few years, there's going to be some TikToker or YouTube editor that's going to make an edit of this, and then everyone's going to be like, oh my god, just eat my piss and shit. Okay, I'm done.
alrighty. Uh, okay. So since I talked about his design, I mostly gave my opinion about the design. Did you, Lo-Fi, did you give your opinion on the design? What do you think of this new Eric Draven?
It's it's okay. It's not like Brandon Lee or the original, like in the comics,
Hmm.
but it looks okay. As I said, it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna turn like Jared Leto Joker type of
I
situation.
think that yeah, I think this movie's definitely like at first it's gonna get review bombed and then it could be a cult classic.
Now,
Like it,
I don't know if I would go that far, but you might be onto something.
eh, it has potential because the reason why I say it has potential is the other thing I'm gonna get into. The cinematography from the trailers, there's some shots I did like that looked incredible and colorful. Like there was this really cool shot with blood and like it looked like someone was coming out of a blood pool and there's blood like going all over them. Of course, it looked some of it was practical, but also looked CGI as well. But it looked incredible. He like goes into like this weird when he dies. He goes into like this weird limbo, and there's like all these crows everywhere. That
Mm-hmm.
was a cool shot, and him falling into like this weird vat of water. That was also a really cool shot too. Like I think the film has cool shots. And there's even this cool action scene they show in the trailer of him being shot up. You see blood going all over the place. You see him pulling a sword out of his chest. You see him shooting himself so he could shoot someone behind him, like through his own chest. Like, I think that the action is going to be really good or okay. And I think that's okay. I do think that it definitely has cult classic potential. And not only that, the soundtrack. Now, Lo-Fi, you're probably wondering, weirdo, are you insane? That song they used the mumble rap. Are you okay? Well, they had a little Ozzy Osbourne in there, and me
Ooh.
myself, yeah, you didn't know that was Ozzy, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they had a little Ozzy Osbourne, and I love Ozzy. I love Black Sabbath. So, hearing that, if they have more of that in the movie, more of like a little bit of metal in there, then you know what? The movie will get a point for me. But if they just continue using mumble rap that doesn't hit, at least for me, then I'll dock a point. But the music is actually good and actually does, have a rhythm to it and is pretty good and it's pretty catchy, then yeah, I'll give it a point.
I already
Well,
know, like, because I'm sure it's happening right now, but I'm sure Zafina has probably seen a glimpse of this picture of Belle Skarsgård as the Crow. I know you just met her, but let me tell you, I'm sure she is simping over Bill Skarsgård in the Crow.
Speaking of this glorious man playing the Crow, he also has got another movie coming out called Boy Kills World, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it looks like another revenge movie. He's doing he's doing two revenge movies this year, but this one actually does look cult classic potential. It looks really good.
this dude's got like
Do
a
you?
lot. This dude's all about revenge, I guess. Like, damn.
Yeah, like this movie, Boy, Boy Kills World, I think is what it's called. I'm looking it up right now to correct.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, it's called Boy Kills World, and it's basically another revenge flick of him and his family gets killed by this one person. He's the character's deaf and so he can't hear anything. So he has like a inner monologue, and it's the dude from Archer doing his inner monologue.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that played his Archer, I should say,
Ooh.
from the Archer show. Yeah,
Ooh. I'm into that.
it, and the action from Boy Kills World, it looks really good. It looks really solid. Basically, like they have this TV show called The Calling, and it's basically where people murder people, and that's all they show in the trailers. They don't really say a lot, which I like. I like it. Uh, yeah, this movie comes out earlier this month in April. This is when this is being recorded in April. The film comes out April 26th. It looks really good. The blood, the gore, the action scenes from the trailers, it looks incredible. So this man's got two revenge flicks in the same year. So we're definitely gonna have to check that out, Lo-Fi.
Definitely. Okay, so I wanted to just bring up like back to the Joker movies. Um
Yes.
so I so we're basically done talking about the Crow. We're just talking about other stuff now. So the new Joker trailer. Bro.
Yes.
Bro. Lady Gaga. I'm so excited she is acting. Just because she did so well in
She's
A Star Is Born. And
she's a
it's like,
great yeah, she's a great actress.
yeah, I think the thing is like she's always wanted to act, so it makes me so happy that she's doing it, especially the Joker movie. I am excited to see her play as Harley Quinn. That I'm actually psyched.
We're going to review Joker, the first one, before we see the new one.
Yes, we
That's a fact on this channel. We're definitely going to be reviewing that. Um, by the way, we both love the first one.
it's
Both
good.
love the first
It's
one.
good.
And this new one, because I was skeptical, because I was like, well, like the first one ended, it doesn't really need a sequel. But then I saw that trailer. And when I saw that trailer, Lo-Fi, oh boy, did I you know what the first thing I thought of while watching it?
What?
Joker, but La La Land.
Ah, hey, okay. Yes, I dig it. I dig it.
And that's not an insult or a con.
No.
That's a positive.
Yes.
And and it the cinematography still so good. The shots, the I'm excited to see how Lady Gaga. Oh, what if she gets an Oscar for this?
Yeah, I'm it makes me so happy that she's acting again.
Oh yeah, and they also said like it's kind of a musical, kind of not. So I'm excited. Because they say like there's certain music and songs that tie into the movie to make it kind of like a musical.
Mhm.
But either way, I'm excited. I'm very excited to see how that plays out. and that last shot in the trailer with with the lipstick on the glass, and her saying like, didn't she say something like, "Show me, like who you truly are" or something like that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or "I want to see the real you."
Yes.
And then he aligns his face with the lipstick, and he smiles. It's oh man, I wonder how many takes they had to do to get that right. Oh man, love to see behind the scenes and how they did.
I'm hyped. I'm definitely
Me
hyped.
too. It's definitely my second and most anticipated movie of the year, because my first and most anticipated movie of the year is Deadpool and Wolverine.
When's that come out?
It comes out July 26th.
Oh man, that ain't too
So
far.
no, it's not, and they're going to be releasing a Red Band trailer, and they just at CinemaCon, I think that's what's called. They dropping the F bomb. And Lo-Fi, if you don't know who Kevin Feige is, he's the main man at Marvel. He's the producer that produced all the movies. And so he's the main man that actually that created the path for all these movies and shows. So basically he's like, man, this movie's awesome, and he's like, everyone should watch it, and uh there's also going to be a very lewd Deadpool popcorn bucket that's coming out
Oh
for
god.
the
Is it gonna be
movie.
like the Dune popcorn bucket?
I think it's going to make fun of it.
I hope so.
And I'm so excited. I am very hyped. I definitely want to watch that movie when it comes out.
Hell yeah.
It is definitely my most anticipated movie of this year. And my second, of course, is Joker 2, because I'm not going to attempt the real title of the movie. It's French, and I don't speak French.
Neither do I. I'm sure it means something cool.
I think it means like madness together or something like that.
Probably. So,
Yeah,
uh now I think we're gonna wrap it up here for this podcast episode. But before we do, we gotta pick a movie that we're gonna watch and talk about for the next episode. So,
and hopefully the next episode goes better than this ADHD cluster.
no, this is perfect. This is perfect. But
uh,
so since a recent person passed away, OJ Simpson, I was thinking maybe have you ever seen any of the Naked Gun movies?
I've seen the first one.
Okay.
Great.
Yes, yes. So I was thinking maybe we should watch the first Naked Gun movie or something.
You know what? I'll be down.
How about this? I give you a movie that you need to watch, and then you give me a movie that I should watch. How about that?
Alrighty.
Okay, so I give you Naked Gun, the first one. All right, so what movie do you have
I
for
hate
me?
the movie I have for you is Spawn from the 90s.
Ooh, never seen it.
It's my it's my favorite guilty pleasure movie of all time. It is. I love that movie so much. I watched that movie so much. It is my favorite guilty pleasure. And you, my ghost friend that I've only met a couple of days ago, even if we act like we talk like we've known each other forever.
Uh-huh, yes,
Um,
totally.
um, you, my ghost friend, you need to, because you're from, you're a ghost. You should definitely watch something with a bit more supernatural elements, especially Michael J. White's Spawn. And John Leguizamo, I think that's how you say his name.
John
He's
Leguizamo,
in
yeah.
it. Yeah, he's in it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, he's in it. And have you seen The Pest?
No.
We're gonna be watching that on this channel,
Okay.
and that movie. Oh, that movie. You're in for a treat, Lo-Fi. You're in for a treat.
Okay. All right. So, Naked Gun for you and me, Spawn.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, cousin, do you have anything you'd like to say before we stop this podcast here?
I will say that I'm the best damn detective in this weird little wonky world. And I got a new case, and this case is called A Naked Gun, so I'm definitely going to be inspecting it
It's perfect for you
with
because it's a
heart.
detective movie.
Exactly, exactly. Lo-Fi, it's your job.
Yes, it's my job. This has been the CinemaFiles podcast. I am your host, Lo-Fi Wi-Fi, and thank you, Weirdo or Detective Ace, for joining. Until next time, keep on vibing.